down, please.
Hello. Well, now she can see. That's what I thought. Let's stay right by Daddy.
You'll explain it up there, Mr. Lott.
I didn't explain it well, but I will. I mean about. Yes.
Can you hear me back there? Please come forward. Please. You must think I can project from here to Johnson Creek. Get your butts back over here, please. Move. Move, move, move. Don't have all night.
We shouldn't have put the...
They're getting their glass of champagne. All righty then. Well, we'll take care of the preliminary. As first Lord of the Admiralty, first in 1911 and again in 1939, I learned that to decide the direction and location of the fleet was the most serious and dire of the First Lord's daily decisions. The ultimate strategy of the Navy consists in basing contented sailors upon prosperous and healthy homes from which the children, generation after generation, can return to the ships their fathers have taught them to honor. I said that in the House of Commons 26 March 1913. After all, putting His Majesty's ships into sailors in harm's way may very well result in loss of life. Therefore, returning to port safely was the single responsibility I assigned with the utmost gravity. Where's the champagne? According to legend, each and every vessel is recorded by name in the Ledger of the Deep. It is known personally to King Neptune, the god of the sea. And it is logical, therefore, if we wish to change the name of a boat, the first thing we must do is purge its name from the Ledger of the Deep and Neptune's memory. Now, the first vessel to carry the Churchill name was a destroyer acquired from the United States in the Destroyers for Bases Agreement of 1940. Some of you in the crowd here remember that. Maybe you don't. But she was not named after me, but after my famous ancestor, John Churchill, 1st Duke of Marlborough. The HMS Churchill was a part of one of my priorities. A loan of 50 destroyers in exchange for leases on bases in Western Hemisphere British colonies. They were obsolete World War I flush-deck, four-stack destroyers that had been originally named for U.S. naval officers. Some of them who had been rather too successful in the War of 1812 for their names to be retained by the British Navy. And so it was that the Ship Names Committee, which I formed in 1913, changed the name of the destroyer that started life as the USS Herndon to the HMS Churchill. She was named for Commander William Lewis Herndon, 1813-1857, who had served with valor and commanded the USS Iris in the Mexican War, had led an Amazon River exploration trip, and had gone down with his ship in a storm after saving the women and children and then many, many more. So, on 25 September 1940, at her renaming ceremony, I presented Commander G.R. Cousins to Churchill's new commanding officer with a piece of history. Am delighted that your ship should be named after the great Duke of Marlborough, and hereby present you one of his handwritten letters for your wardroom for luck. HMS Churchill served in transatlantic convoys and on patrol duties, including the famous hunt for the German battleship Bismarck, which we sunk. She served later as an escort for the Allied invasion in North Africa. She changed nationality again in 1944, when on May 30, HMS Churchill was handed over to the Soviet Northern Fleet as part of a compromise with Stalin, Uncle Joe, for Russia's share of the Italian fleet. Commissioned in 1944 without a proper renaming ceremony, I might add. as the Dianati, or active in Russian. She was promptly sunk on 16 January 1945 by a homing torpedo launched by a German U-boat 60 miles east of the Kola Inlet, northern Russia. Therefore, when I was contacted by Mr. Todd Larson to participate in the serious task of renaming this boat, I had to be assured that maritime tradition would not be taken lightly. Mr. Larson would like you to know that vessel documentation is a national form of registration. It is one of the oldest functions of government, dating back to the 11th Act of the First United States Congress, much further back in England, of course. I think we gave you the template. Documentation provides conclusive evidence of the nationality for international purposes, provides for unhindered commerce between the states, and admits vessels to certain restricted trades, such as coastwise trade and fisheries. It's highly desirable if the boat is to be sailed outside the U.S. territorial water. And that is the end of that commercial from Mr. Larson. After all, as we now know from the plight of the HMS Churchill, at the hands of the disrespectful Russians, that if not done properly, renaming a boat will bring nothing but bad luck at all. Many a ship and her crew have come to great peril, so it simply pays to be thorough. And that is just what Mr. Larson and you and I are going to do this beautiful afternoon. We know that every reference to her old name has been removed from her. Is that correct, Mr. Larson?
I have the plaque. Yes.
That's not the question I asked you.
Yes, it has.
Therefore, a metal tag with the old name written upon it in water-soluble ink has been prepared. Has it been prepared, Mr. Larson?
There it is, yes.
Well done. A reasonably good bottle of champagne is in hand for this auspicious occasion. Do you have it in hand, sir?
Yes, I do.
I know this is going to seem like a terrible waste of champagne. But, believe me, well worth it. And so we begin. O mighty ruler of the seas and oceans, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage, implore you in your graciousness to expunge for all time and from your records the recollection of the name Genesis, which has ceased to be an entity in your kingdom. As proof hereof, we submit this ingot, bearing her name, to be corrupted through your powers, and forever be purged from the sea.
I have to explain. The pond behind us is connected to that stream, goes out past the sewage treatment facility, the crawfish, all the way down to the Mississippi. So this is the sea. And if I can hit it. Woo! There it is.
Well done. Let's get it. I think you have a future with the Milwaukee Brewers.
They can use you.
And I hope and pray that King Neptune can make it past the area where they clean the water. What did you call it? Sewage treatment facility. I'm sure he'll understand. In grateful acknowledgement of your munificence and dispensation, we offer these libations to your majesty and to your court.
So it's a toast for everyone, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So everyone?
Here, here.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, Jeeves. Now it is usual and customary for the renaming ceremony to be conducted immediately following the purging ceremony, and that is what we shall do. O mighty and great ruler of the seas and oceans, to whom all ships and we who venture upon your vast domain are required to pay homage, implore you in your graciousness to take into your records and recollection this worthy vessel, hereinafter and for all time known as Panta Rhei, regarding her with your mighty arm and trident, and ensuring her of safe and rapid passage throughout her journey within her realm. In appreciation of your munificence, I think that's an Italian word, I'm not sure. Dispensation and honor of your greatness, we offer these libations to your majesty and to your court. Yeah. And at this point, we should pour a bit of champagne from east to west.
We'll do that. This is going to get a little messy, so we're going to do Okay, east to west.
East to west, sir.
All right, watch out.
Well done. The next step in the renaming ceremony is to appease the gods of the winds. This will assure fair winds and smooth sea. Because the four winds are brothers, it is permissible to invoke all of them at the same time. O mighty rulers of the winds, through whose power our frail vessels traverse the wild and faceless deep, we implore you to grant this worthy vessel, Panta Rhei, the benefits and pleasures of your bounty, ensuring us of your gentle ministration according to your needs. Please face north.
All right.
For a generous libation and fling to the north, please.
I'm doing it for you.
Fling. Good fling. Use it all up, Todd.
I won't.
Got 3 more winds, Todd. Great Boreas, exalted ruler of the north wind, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in pursuit of our lawful endeavors, never sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your frigid breath. Please face west, Mr.
All right.
And spray some champagne to the west while I say, Great Zephyrus, exalted ruler of the west, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in pursuit of our lawful endeavor, never sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your wild breath. Please face east.
All right.
Watch out, everyone. Great Eurus, exalted ruler of the east wind, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in the pursuit of our lawful endeavors, never sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your mighty breath, and of course now face southward.
All right.
Very good.
South, we're good. Right at you, boy.
Oh, great notice, exalted ruler of the south wind, grant us permission to use your mighty powers in pursuit of our lawful endeavors, never sparing us the overwhelming scourge of your scalding breath. Now any champagne, yes, spread it out. Now any champagne may be left in the bottle or elsewhere, may be consumed.
Well, good
That's it
job.
for throwing good champagne. And now we have, you have the name of the Panta Rhei.
Someone needs 2 hands.
Is that a basketball player in the house? Well done.
All right.
And here we are. To all assembled here, I give you Panta Rhei.
Now, part of the ritual.
Did I tell you if I was done yet?
I'm quiet here.
He's here, being a politician, knows the efficacy, wisdom of keeping silent. He's a politician after all. Let me finish if I will. salute this ceremony by saying if we assert our claim to the supreme position on the seas, it is also our duty to conduct ourselves with another nation who feel that great power, that great responsibility, which are a necessity to us to be used in such a manner as to be a menace to none, and trust everyone. Thank you for your kind attention this day, and may I please hear a round of applause for my personal assistant. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Panta Rhei and a captain. Now, without menace or forethought, Mr. Lawson will conduct us in.
A long tradition for all the new ships, any ship that had been renamed, because obviously these ships back in like the Civil War, they would rely on labor as they came into port to unload the ship. So whenever you renamed you've got a new name for your ship, obviously you kind of change your brand, and it was important to let everyone know that it was the same owner, same captain, same management. So what they would do is they would buy drinks or grog in the local taverns, and that would go on for a week. So you would come in and
I got a week.
you would come in and
Sounds like a splendid idea.
All right, way to go, Todd.
we think you're a little quicker learners. So we're going to do it for an hour or so at carts. So learn quickly.
Clock
Neil, I
starts
think
now.
we're good for a while. Right here? Okay. So, but what we'll do is, as we finish up here, we'll make our way over to carts. You're all welcome.
Yeah.